Hey, you guys, I just saw this comment on my page and I wanted to bring it to everybody's attention because what this person has stated, Jay has spoke about, makes a lot of sense. I'm gonna read you some of it, but go to my page if you want to read the whole thing in regards to what was stated, because this person to me sounds like they're on point, that they might know more than I do, and my goal is to give you guys as much background with theories and logics and resources, not just from my mouth, but from whatever sources I am receiving. So long story short, Jay wrote on my page, as you can see, it's on the video that says, "Why am I a target?" So long story short, it goes like this. You say that your targeting started after you placed a lawsuit, but I beg to differ. My guess is this and this only. If a person is already targeted, a lot of times from early childhood or ancestry, the Fortune 500 companies who work in cahoots with one another are more likely to do a target in or give them a hard time. Back when I was age 16 to 20, whenever I went to go purchase a car, it was always sold the next day. I've also had mechanic shops half put oil in my car, which is why I service on my own vehicles now. In most cases, people are singled out due to their DNA, blood types, and many other factors. This may sound crazy, but when you think about it, but what's the point of harassing a person day in and day out unless they want that person to flip and get committed? Most normal people will go crazy before they actually commit suicide. And the main handlers, who are a lot of times health and research boards, knows this. I'm Rho negative blood type, and I'm heavily targeted for no reason. And I have also been in at least 3 car accidents. It was never at fault for any. I know their main object for me is to get me committed or institutionalized. They want to use me as a lab rat and profit machine for whatever. And I'm sticking with that because the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing that makes sense. Excuse me. No, I don't believe in reptiles or aliens, but do know that people can be singled out for their kinds of genetics they have to offer. They don't stop because they have a plan for us, and that plan involves us being locked in a mental health institution. And odds are they're likely have us shipped somewhere for lab work fun, since we will no longer have any rights anyways. One of my most distant cousins did drugs a few years back and ran outside naked, and he was committed ever since the small incident. It has been close to 4 years now, and he's still in a nut house. Getting committed is worse than getting arrested. I'd rather end up on a got you page than have my rights taken away from me. My entire family is full of AB and OB people, meaning that's the blood type. And my entire family and second and third cousins also experience gang stalking, so it's not just me, but they can believe in it, so I don't bother trying to tell them. A lot of times our families are not even involved. They are just sheeple, I believe that's what it says. I'm sorry, you guys, and just don't believe us. I'm sorry, I'm reading so crazy. They look at CNN, Fox News, and Donald Trump and assume it says those, but I'm gonna just assume it says, and assume those the only thing going on in the world. Yes, those. I'm sorry, because the way I'm reading from my phone, I need to try to read a computer screen, but when I try to move my phone, it takes it off the computer screen, so I gotta try to read through this blurry phone, you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not computer savvy. But back to the topic. The reason why I pointed out this person's comment, because if you sit back and think about it, do you notice that there may be more people within your family that could be targeted, but they're scared to speak up? Or things have happened to them that you look like that's kind of odd. So for instance, in regards to myself and my family on my dad's side, they're highly knowledgeable people, highly educated, high IQs. Okay. My auntie is a doctor who no longer is able to practice because they stated she was on a treadmill and she fell and bumped her head, and they saying she's not capable because she's got memory loss. My other auntie was a high RN. She's been out of practice for a long time. They stated that her mental state is not able to practice. Okay, let's keep going. My dad, highly knowledgeable, spoke 3 languages that he's taught himself how to speak. Family man. All of a sudden, he took sick and kept having these bad headaches after headaches. They put him on his medication. All of a sudden, they stated that he took the medication and must have accidentally took it twice, and he died. Talking about his pressure dropped too fast, too low. Okay, next, my auntie. She's been in several car accidents since I was younger that we can't even count. Several incidents where she had to get surgery after surgery after surgery in high rank in her jobs. Okay, with an S. My sister's been heavily in car accidents as well. At the age of 30 now, probably done had about 5 car accidents, unexplanatory accidents. Okay, I've been avoiding accidents by the name of God, grace of Jesus, knock on wood. But my blood type is rare. I don't want to say because I don't want to get targeted more. I don't know if any other family members have the same blood type. We never talked about it because when you're a target, you think you're crazy, so you don't bring up topics as such. But my blood type was so rare. They was like, oh, you need to carry this card around with you because something happened to you. They can't just do blood transfusion. They used to call me and tell me to come donate. I used to donate just because I wanted to donate. But then they start calling and calling. I said, oh, I can't do this because I don't like donating. I don't like needles. But back to the topic in hand. What Jay is stating makes a lot of sense. That a lot of us think we're targeted for different other reasons because we're whistleblowers, or it could be a family genetics that's causing us to be targeted because they do want to use you as lab rats, but they know you might not consent to allowing them to run tests on you or to be a lab rat by your free will. So they're doing it at their own hand by, if you die or if you are hospitalized or institutionalized, they have a right to do what they want to do to you without your consent. If you guys Google HeLa cells, okay, it's called the HeLa cell. It's about this lady who had cancer. They used her as a lab rat without her consent or her family consent. When she died, they continued to use her cells as a consent to find out how to cure cervical cancer. The HeLa cells. Google that story, you guys. They also made a movie about it because everybody was so shocked that they was doing stuff like this. And this was an African-American woman. Her family just received like recognition or acknowledgement to the family that they was grateful after so many years that she was able to find some cures for cervical cancer. But like this post has stated, I believe a lot of this is going on, and because they found out that a lot of people will turn down being lab rats or whatever, that they do it at their own free will by trying to cause you to go crazy, because then, like you said, you turn over to the state and your family won't know what they're doing to you. They just put it on, she's crazy, we didn't do nothing to her. So long story short, so look into that. I'm gonna stop it at that. But if you want to read this, because I was stumbling over words because I am talking fast, sorry. That's all I wanted to say in this video. I'll be back with you with more details because, like I stated, I don't want to just voice my opinion. I want to give you guys stuff with backed up proof or backed up facts for your own knowledge to gain research and seek your own advice and evidence. Thank you for your time.